Hey there, we are Jess, Greg, and Maya. Together we are self-converting our 2017 Ford Transit into our tiny home on wheels. Last week you watched us perform some demo and rust prevention. This week we will be showing you the step-by-step process on how to install your MaxxAir fans.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of the van build.
In this episode, we're going to show you 10 easy steps on how to install MaxxAir fans in your van. Grab your cup of joe and let's go.
Starting off with what you'll need for the install. Everything is linked below. The first thing you need to do is choose which fan or fans you want. The MaxxAir Deluxe includes several different options. Each fan is different with varying lid color, speed options, intake and or exhaust, thermostat, and remote control capabilities. You can choose which fan is best for you based on your needs and budget. We ordered 2. One is intake and exhaust, and one is only exhaust. So we're gonna put the only exhaust one at the front of the van where we'll be cooking, and then the intake and exhaust is gonna go in the back where we're gonna be sleeping. After you choose your fan, you'll need to determine your roof layout. You'll need to consider items such as your fans, solar, internet, and more. You'll also need to think about where the ribs of your van are located and make sure you are not drilling any holes or cutting into the support beams.
We haven't really talked about layout yet, but one thing that we can share now is that we're gonna do a fixed bed in the back of the van, which kind of explains why we're putting the fan where we are.
It fits perfectly right there.
In the front here, we have 2 options that we could choose from. We kind of have one rib going in between, but then our MaxxAir fan could kind of go in the middle here or anywhere along this. I think we want it on this one, but once we get a better idea of where we're gonna put solar, that will help us choose where our fan is gonna go. Right now, we are placing our solar where we plan to put that. We got 3 200-watt solar panels, so it's gonna take up a decent bit of our roof space. Where those solar fit is gonna determine where our fan goes. In the back here, we're gonna have a panel there, and then a fan that'll be slightly off center. And as we move toward the front of the van, we will end up with another solar panel here. We'll be placing our second fan up there somewhere, and then we'll have a third panel coming along the right side of this. We also have to place a MIMO antenna, which is likely gonna go up there somewhere, and then our solar entry gland will probably be placed in the back.
So step 1 of installing our fans is to make a template. So just use a piece of cardboard from the box from the fan, and it's really easy. It's 14 by 14 is the hole that you need to cut. Find the center of your template, punch a hole, and then we're gonna hold this up to the ceiling, drill a hole, so that way we can go up on top of the roof, lay the template down, and match the hole with the hole that we already drilled, and then so we know we're in the exact spot on the roof. I just wanna highlight a tool that really helps with the next part, which is marking the center of your template onto the ceiling.
This is not a necessary tool.
It is a necessary tool.
It is fully optional. You could use a Sharpie and draw it on the ceiling.
And it's this little, it shoots chalk. It's called the chalk shot. And you just put it in there and you push and it'll put a perfect center mark. So I'm gonna do that now.
The most beautiful center mark you've ever seen. We're gonna use a jigsaw to cut this hole, and when we do that, metal shavings are gonna fly everywhere. To limit the mess that we have to clean up, we are going to tape a plastic bag to the ceiling and hope that it catches at least most of the metal shavings.
We're up on the roof now. We have my entire toolbox out here, and we've found the hole that we drilled. I found, doing the first one off camera, that the metal punch makes a perfect alignment dowel to center the template perfectly on the roof. The next thing we're gonna do is drill a hole in each corner, just big enough to get our jigsaw blade in. For this, I highly suggest getting a step bit to do this. There's a bunch of different kinds of jigsaw blades. Obviously one's for wood and metal, but then beyond that, like thick metal, thin metal. So this, just for reference, is a thin metal blade. They make ones that are very thin metal, but the thin metal blade seems to be working great for the sheet metal on the roof here. Another thing we suggest is every time you cut one side of the square, tape it up. It helps stop it from vibrating, and it gives you a much cleaner cut for the remaining sides.
Butyl tape on the run.
Pro tip number 10. Don't set your tools on the drop down part of your ceiling while you're using a jigsaw. You're gonna break your windshield. Pretty clean cut.
Just like that, you have a hole in your roof.
Next up, I'm just gonna test fit this, throw it in there just to see if we need to cut any more. Boom.
It's like a glove.
And just like that, there goes all your resale value. So after you cut it, obviously it's gonna be very sharp, so you're gonna wanna use a metal file. Just quickly file the shavings down. You don't need to go crazy with it. And then once you're done with that, you're gonna wanna use some sort of Rust-Oleum or some sort of paint just to protect it from rusting. We have a little bit left over from when we painted our floors, so we're just gonna dab some of that on. We're gonna apply the butyl tape here, and how we're gonna do that is we are going to put it on the actual mount itself. Except, if you look at our roof, we had to cut through one of the ribs, so there's an indent. So I'm gonna use a second layer of butyl tape there, and I'm going to apply that on the roof itself. Okay, ready to go. One last thing you want to make sure is that these metal clips are all flat and pushed in all the way. And these go along the side of the van like this. It can go this way or this way, but just make sure the metal clips are on the sides of the van.
The kit that MaxxAir sends comes with 3 different screws. One is a screw with a white top. Those are going to be used in your interior when you do the final finish around the fan. This fatter, shorter screw is going to be used to attach your fan to the bracket. And this longer screw is going to be used to attach this to the roof.
With the hardware MaxxAir fan provides you, you do need to pre-drill each hole. Be sure to screw the bracket down in a crisscross pattern to draw the bracket down onto the roof evenly. I am going to install the fan before I put the lap sealant down. We did it the other way in the fan that we did off camera, and I kept hitting the lap sealant with my screwdriver, and I didn't like it. Make sure these wires go inside. It's very important. If you have a punch, and the same punch you've been using to mark all your holes you're gonna drill, I find it really helpful to stick it in the hole and pull the fan down, because you cannot push on the canopy or this part. Time for lap sealing. So I've cut it, poked my hole, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna do the front and the side of the fan with it closed, and then I'll open it and we'll do the back. Alright, if you made it this far in the video, I'm gonna give you the satisfaction of the final step of the van install. It's peeling the plastic. Back on the inside now. The last thing I want to do, and this is kind of optional, but just for an extra layer of protection, I'm gonna take just some normal silicone here, and I'm gonna put it on each and every screw going through the roof here, just to make sure we don't have any leaks. So how much did it cost us to put in 2 MaxxAir fans? The total cost of our MaxxAir fans was $472.84.
So how long did this project take us? It took us almost 7 hours. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped you install your own MaxxAir fans or just gave you some good entertainment. And we'll see you next Saturday when we install our swivel seats.
Be sure to drop your comments and questions down below, and we'd be happy to help. In this episode, we're gonna show you.
They don't show you in the videos how loud that is.
Yeah. My in-frame
Yes.
lighting frame.
Yeah, beautiful, lovely.
I've installed a single MaxxAir fan, and I'm now an expert. Oh, that's recording. That's all we need.